Hello there. Listen, it's Theresa, and guess who I'm sitting with? I am sitting with the State Bank and Trust crew, and we are here to talk to you about It's Time to Own It. And that is coming up on January 25th. Now, here's the thing I want you to know. This year, it's actually a challenge. And the challenge is going to be all about building your portfolio and building wealth. And listen, you can do that as a first-time home buyer. I want you to think about the value of property and how it's gone up over the last 10 years. I want you to think about how Central Ohio used to be really, really affordable, and people felt like they could just, they could buy at any point in time. I want you to think about, leaving a legacy to your family, to your children. And I want you to think about perhaps even living rent-free with the way the price of eggs has gone up, the price of bread, the milk and everything else. You know how important it is to get that cash flowing in the right direction. So today, let me just introduce first Sue Reichard, who's somebody I've been working with for the last 20 years. It's been
20 years.
It's been about 20. It's been about 20 years. Yeah. And so I have absolute trust and faith in what she's about to share with you. And then over here, we've got Zach, who deals with community home lending and first-time home buyer products. He is also with State Bank and Trust. And I'm just going to let them share some of the experiences they've had with working with first-time home buyers, working with It's Time to Own It and the Take a Look real estate brokers, and just figuring it out in terms of making life better for people. So Sue, tell me about it. Tell us about what they can do, some things that folks can do that they may not be aware of.
Well, one, a lot of times people think that they need to have 20% down to buy a house, and that's just not true. You can put down as little as 3%, and that can all be through grants. We've got lots of good grants out there that can help you get in your first house. And really, you can have very little out of pocket, less than you'd have. Usually when you're going to rent an apartment, you need your first and your last month's rent. You can actually buy a house and get in cheaper than that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we actually have clients that have bought 4 units at one time and are now cash flowing on these units. And actually, we have people who bought even duplexes who are also cash flowing, and they end up with no mortgage payment. So Zach, what do you have to say about that and other things people should be thinking about?
Yeah, like Sue mentioned, there's many programs available. Specifically, we have a 100% financing program, which is a zero money down, no PMI. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people are afraid of that extra PMI payment if they put less than 20% down. But it's a great community product for us. We're also participating and expecting in the Welcome Home Funds, which based on last year, they were $20,000 grants last year, which we'll see where those land this year, but I would expect something similar. And as well, the city of Columbus has the American Down Payment Dream Initiative, which is an additional potentially 6% or $14,000 in grants to purchase a home. So that can all go towards your multi-unit purchase, first-time home buyer programs. That you mentioned.
Certainly, when you come to It's Time to Own It, we don't just talk about just getting you into a property. We want to really make sure you get into the right property, into the right product, and that you're not overpaying. Something that a lot of people right now are excited about the new builds and so forth. And the thing that I want you to know is you got to be ready for it, because the taxes on a new build don't show up until after you've purchased. And a lot of times people get really shocked by that, because taxes are usually going to be 2% of the sales price. So always just be aware of how your payment could change. When you're buying in the city of Columbus or you're buying in neighborhoods that are established, you're going to pretty much be where it is, because there's not a lot of valuation change from the time that you start till the time that you actually, after you've closed the transaction. So there's just a lot to know. We want to make sure that you're informed, that you're inspired, and that you are activated. Do either of you have anything else you want to share before we let everybody go?
No, I'm excited about this event. It should be really great, Theresa.
Yeah, it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fabulous, y'all. So get your tickets. Get your tickets today. And here's what I want to give you. If you don't get 10 times the value by showing up to this event, this is like no other. If you don't get 10 times the value, just walk up to me and say, give me my money back. How about that? Well, this is Theresa Barron, and I'm sitting here with Sue and Zach from State Bank and Trust. And I want to just tell you, it's time to own it. January 25th. I'll see you there.